Welcome back to another What's Sold Weekend Edition video, guys. These are my sales from Friday, January 31st until Monday, February 3rd, when I'm filming this. I'm going to try to get through this pretty quick today without doing a lot of the chatting, if possible. I have to make it possible because I have an appointment to be at in 45 minutes. So let's get into this. First item, I really like to work under pressure. First item is an Anna Griffin baby carriage easel die set. I don't know why they call these easel sets, but a lot of them have that in the description of them or whatever. So I don't know. But anyway, I had two of these. They came out of that $700 auction lot. If you remember that video. It's only from a couple weeks ago, so you should if you watched it. Anyway, so yeah, I sold both of these now, so $30 plus shipping. Next item is a Country Cupboard Longaberger darning basket liner. This sold on best offer of $9.99 plus shipping. I know that there are a couple items that I'm gonna have to look up on my phone, so I'm trying to pull that up now. Okay. Next item is a vintage, this is so cool, this vintage pink windowsill Christmas tree. So it's like called a windowsill tree because it is like flat or narrow, I guess you could say. Not necessarily flat. It's not flat, but it's narrow. Anyway, I purchased this a couple weeks ago from a local contact that I have, which I did speak about already in some of my other videos, but I did purchase this in a bundle deal from her, and this sold to a viewer, Diane. So Diane, thank you very much for your purchase. This sold, as you can see, for $79.99 plus shipping. Next is a vintage Royal Albert rose cameo green teacup and saucer. I picked this up at the flea market for, I believe, $4 back in the fall, and it sold for $23 plus shipping. Next is a set of 3 Joan Rivers egg ornaments. This was normally a set of 4, but it was missing one of them when I purchased it. I purchased several sets. This was the only one that was missing an egg. So this one sold for $30 plus shipping. I paid 10% on these eggs, but I think maybe I paid less for this one because it was missing an egg. At least I hope I did. I don't remember at this point. I picked these up, excuse me, over the summer. Okay, this was in a recent thrifting video. I picked these up. I think these were $1.99 or $2.99 a piece maybe. These are replacement cylinders for like a 3-section like flatware holder. So yeah, kind of if you're like setting up like maybe buffet style or something around the holidays, you want everyone to grab their own flatware. Yeah, so sold these as replacements since I only had 2 of them, and they sold for $23 plus shipping. All of that Falstaff stuff sold pretty fast. I think maybe I have 1 piece left, possibly 2, but I think only 1. So yeah, next is a Bob Mackie Barbie doll. This sold for $140 plus shipping. This came from a yard sale back in the fall. I paid $10 for this, and as you can see, it did really, really well. Next is, I just picked this up in my recent thrifting video last week. This is a Liz Tech I love you in sign language pin brooch. This went to a viewer on best offer of $26 plus shipping. So thank you very much, Sherry. I appreciate your purchase. Next item is a Longaberger strawberry basket. This I purchased at an estate sale back in November, I believe it was. It was in like a bundle deal. I bought a bunch of stuff. This was just one of the items. It's funny because this was actually like filled with receipts from the previous owner. I don't think they realized anything was in there, so had to get rid of all that stuff. But anyway, this sold for $40 plus shipping. Next item is a pair, excuse me, I can't speak today. A pair of 7 For All Mankind dark wash jeans. I purchased these about a year ago at the super gigantic indoor flea market or yard sale. At one of them, I go there twice a year. So I think I want to say $5 a pair, but I really can't remember at this point. It may have been 10. But anyway, these sold for $39.99 plus shipping. Next is Cynthia. I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name. I don't want to butcher it. It's a brooch pin, you know, very whimsical. I picked this up at a rummage sale. I picked it up at the end of the sale, right before I walked out the door. I paid $2 for it, I believe. This was just back in, was it November? October. I think it was October. All I know is I got a giant nail in my tire at that sale. I remember that. I think it was October because I think when Michelle and I left there, we stopped and looked at the lights, and I don't think they were Christmas lights. I think they were Halloween lights. So yeah. Anyway, I took a best offer. I said I wasn't going to do a lot of chatting, and here we go. What time is it? I don't know. 2:18. Okay. $84. I took an offer of $84 plus shipping on this. This is just so cool. I love this piece. I really, really do. All right, next is an Adidas Power Crop workout shirt. I purchased this last year in the spring, and I can't remember where I got it or what I paid for it, but I took a best offer of $25 plus shipping. I really think the look of this is cool. Next is a Port Miriam Botanic Garden beaker style. I'm rushing to get this done, and I am tripping over my words. I should have waited until I was done with my appointment, but I'm not sure if I'm coming back here tonight, so I figured I'll film it and get it out of the way. So anyhow, back to business here. This mug sold for $22.99 plus shipping. I'll try to slow it down so I'm not like getting tongue-tied here. These were in a recent video. These went to a viewer, Ellen. Ellen, thank you very much for your purchase. These, if you guys remember the video from a couple days ago, or if you watched it, I should say. If you watched it, I'm sure you remember, unless you have amnesia. But anyway, this sold for $29.99. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'm a mess today. These sold for $29.99 plus shipping. Very cool pair of candle holders. I think so, anyhow. Next is a Longaberger basket. This came from my large lot. This sold for $29.99 plus shipping. Then we have a large tile city scene. This sold for a best offer of $25 plus shipping. If you guys remember, over the summer, I purchased 3 of these at a yard sale, and I believe I paid $5 a piece for them. And I've sold 2 now. I have 1 left. All in different scenes, though. All right, next is a Department 56 Hearts and Blooms Cottage. This sold once last year, and I had to relist it because the buyer said she already had it. I don't know. But anyway, it sold again right in time for Valentine's Day. This time it sold on best offer of $145 plus shipping. I purchased 3 in this Valentine's kind of pattern, different buildings, for $60 at the flea market, I think 2 years ago. So yeah, $20 a piece. They've all sold now. They're all gone. All right, next is a 31 hide and seek pouch dinosaur. This came out of a large lot I purchased at an indoor flea market 2 years ago. This is the final one I had in this pattern. This sold for $14.99 with free shipping. Then we have a Le Sport Sac patchwork purse. This has some surface marks throughout, which I noted in the listing. So I took a best offer of $15 plus shipping. I picked this up at a yard sale. I don't remember what I paid for it, though. Also picked up at a yard sale and don't remember what I paid for it. These actually sat in my death pile for, I don't don't know, a couple months. I think I got these in the fall, and they were very, very dirty, and I finally got around to washing them and photographing them and getting them listed, and they sold for $30. $30 plus shipping. And I believe these went to a viewer as well, to Chris. So thank you very much for your purchase. Next is a Longaberger May series geranium basket, and this had the flowers. This sold for $39.99 plus shipping. I don't think this came out of my large lot. I think this came from another Longaberger buy that I did. All right, then we have a Hildy and Joe Peacock Bird iron-on patch. I picked up a whole crap ton of these patches. I didn't even list them all, but I got bored. But, you know, they're not like high value or anything, but for the amount I got, I filled a bag for like $5. This is, I think, the first one to sell, and it's small enough that it can go in a regular envelope. What are they, like 3 by 11 maybe? Is that the size? I don't know, but like a regular envelope. So this is my first time ever using the 1 ounce, like first class letter, which you can only use for certain things. I think you can use it for like trading cards, and something like this that's like flat pretty much. It's just going to go in there. So anyway, and the label printed well on my Dymo. So I didn't have to worry about adjusting anything. So yeah, it was kind of a neat experience, I guess. Yeah, that sounds weird, but you know, for someone that ships every day or whatever, you know, and never shipping like this, it was kind of interesting. I'm such a nerd. Okay, moving on. We have a Longaberger Majolica Garden floral tote bag. This I've sold 3 of these now. This came out of my large Longaberger lot, sold for $10 plus shipping. Next is a Lennox Easter votive candle holder. This went to a viewer, Jean. Jean, thank you so much for your purchase. This sold for $19 plus shipping. I did pick this up at a yard sale, but I don't remember what I paid for it at this point. But I saw it sitting in my pile, and I said, oh, I got to get that listed for Easter. Okay, next is a pair of Danskos. These sold for $24.99 plus shipping. Again, no clue where these came from. Then I sold a Mad Libs electronic handheld game. It needs a new battery, but it is still new in the package. Sold for $18 plus shipping. I imagine this was also a yard sale find. This piece I've had for a very, very long time. I remember the sale that I purchased this at. It was like kind of a one-off, and this lady just, I think this may have been my first like hoarding experience. That's how long I've had this. I've had this a very long time. Gorham Lady Anne. But so this sold, I think I paid like $4 for this. I think her stuff was like $4 a piece. It sold for $24.99 with free shipping after many, many years. Needless to say, I don't really pick up this pattern anymore. But anyway, moving on is a set of 2 Longaberger Woven Traditions sandwich plates. These sold for $50 plus shipping. I don't know where these came from. They didn't come out of my large lot, though. I know they came from somewhere else. And then we have another Anna Griffin die set. This sold for $40 plus shipping. Next is a pair of Franco Sarto Garfield boots. These sold on best offer of, I want to say $30. $30 plus shipping. I don't know where they came from either. This also came from the lot that I purchased, the Anna Griffin stuff. It came with the Anna Griffin stuff. This is a Cricut bonded fabric blade, sold for $14.99 with free shipping. Then we have a Christopher Radko Puss in Boots ornament. This actually came from the same auction, but it was a different box lot. This sold for $15 plus shipping. and it went to a viewer, Maria. Maria, thank you so much for your purchase. I hope you enjoy this little guy. I think this is so cute. Next, if you guys remember this from a recent thrifting video, or if you as I should say, if you watched the video, this is like a funny, like handmade sign. I just thought it was really cool, and it sold for a best offer of $21 plus shipping. Next, we have a Palm Universal Wireless Keyboard. This is new in the package, but the batteries have started to corrode. The batteries are not in the item. They're just in the back of the package, but it's still sealed, so I didn't want to open and take those out, but I did note it in the listing. I bought this at a yard sale with a bundle of other stuff, and it sold for $16 plus shipping. Next is a Owlet Cam baby monitor. This actually I got for free at a yard sale. Someone's free pile, brand new and sealed, sold for $39.99 plus shipping. All right, next is a Pottery Barn ornament. This sold for $25 plus shipping. This came out of the lot. The pink Christmas tree came from the same lot of stuff that I purchased. All right, then we have a vintage Kuhn Zinn pewter pin. This came from an estate sale. I paid $1 for it. Sold on best offer of $14 plus shipping. Next is a U.S. Army kids shirt, 1980s vintage. 2 summers ago, or almost 2 summers ago, I purchased a whole bin full of these kind of shirts, and I sold almost all of them right away, and there's been some stragglers, like these kids shirts, because, I don't know, I guess people aren't looking to buy like vintage shirts for their kids, I feel like, as often, or like this kind of material anyway. I don't know. But anyway, sold on best offer of $10 plus shipping. I'm like, let's clear the rest of these out. All right, next is a set of 4 anchor hocking jadeite shell plates. These sold for $79.99 plus shipping. I have sold 3 lots of these so far. I might have like a set of 8 left. I'm not sure. But yeah, I purchased a whole bunch of jadeite at an estate sale back in November for $200. All right, and then we have a pair of men's bullhead jeans. I believe I paid $2 a pair for these. I got a couple different pair, and this sold on best offer of $20 plus shipping. Next, we have 6 Lennox Charleston bread and butter plates. These sold for $23 plus shipping. And the same buyer also purchased 6 salad plates for $27 plus shipping. I picked up a whole set of this at a yard sale for $35, and I parted it out. All right, next is a set of 2 mushroom canisters. If you guys remember last year, I picked these up at a rummage sale. I don't even remember what I paid for them at this point. I think it was a couple bucks. And they sold to a viewer, Tracy, for $19.99 plus shipping. They have, a couple surface marks, and one has a small chip. That's all noted in the listing. But I think they're pretty cool. So Tracy, I hope you love them. All right, next is a set of Stampin' Up! Gnome stamps. These sold for $34.99 plus shipping. I purchased a whole car full of rubber stamps one summer, 2 summers ago maybe, and this is one of the sets. I paid $100 for all of them, and I've definitely made good profit on them. Next is a Bath & Body Works sweater weather candle. This sold for $19.99 plus shipping. This was a recent pickup. I think it came from a rummage. And lastly, we have 2 Longaberger mugs. These were recently listed. Getting to the bottom of the Longaberger still. I don't know. It feels like it might never end, actually, but sold these mugs for $29.99 plus shipping. So that is going to wrap up the what's sold. I think I did okay. I got this done in 20 minutes today. I didn't ramble too much. But yeah, now I need to get to the post office and get to my appointment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.